Today we're talking about topic. Today we're talking about
Hi, welcome back to the Let's Circle Back podcast. We are your hosts. I am Valentina.
and I'm Hebe.
And since people are sure to start throwing around Song of the Summer pretty soon, there is no better time than right now to open the Pandora's box of today's topic, the music industry. Hebe, what's your Song of the Summer? Or I guess, what was your Song of the Summer last year?
Was this even last year? I feel like Midnight Sun has dominated my memory, but was it last year?
Yeah, Midnight Sun is what I was going to say too, so.
Oh my, why did I think it was like beginning of this year?
You know, Gnarly was also last summer.
Oh my god, time really flies without you knowing.
Yeah. But anyways, before we jump headfirst into this ocean of material, it's summertime, guys. We're throwing puns around. This is your friendly reminder that our podcast is not affiliated with any brands or companies. All opinions are our own, and our inclusion of any content in this episode is protected by fair use laws. Sparkle. Okay, throwing it to Hebe.
Okay, so I prepared a little pregame for this episode. Inspiration came from the big brains of Pink Panthers.
Okay.
And if you're listening to this through like a true podcast format, I'm so sorry. You're not going to see what we're talking about, but hopefully from like the sound bites, you're trying to see my point. So on the shared Google Doc that Valentina and I share for the outline of this episode, I'm just going to throw in a couple pictures. And depending on what it is, you have to guess the artist.
Oh, okay.
And
yes.
I think I really did my best to pick out like the most standout quality aesthetic to their whole like personality. So hopefully this is easy. I'm gonna drop in number one.
Oh my god, what if I fail?
You won't.
Okay, Charlie.
Yes. Okay. This would be more fun had I thought through the logistics of doing it and not FaceTime through my phone.
No, this is working perfectly. Zara Larsson, Midnight Sun,
Yes.
Queen of Summer.
Sorry, there was a lag because, you know, we have a 13-hour time difference.
Yeah, reporting live from across the freaking world. I am in South Korea. Hebe's in New York. This is Pitbull's Dream podcast. Oh my god, is this Pink Panthers?
Yes. Okay, I thought that one. I think I posed them in like order of easy to slight increased difficulty.
I see that and I think skirt. And then I think British. Olivia Rodrigo.
Yes. I did my best to go on Pinterest and not find like their actual pictures and something that's like closer to them.
Is this
This one's a
Chaperone?
little tricky. Yes. Pink
Pony
glittery
Club.
Cowgirl.
Okay.
Yes.
That took me a second.
Okay, this last one I feel like could be a little hard, but
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, I have two guesses.
I also had two in mind.
Okay, for me, it's either Lana Del Rey or Taylor Swift when she was in her Polaroid era.
I was thinking Lana Del Rey.
Okay.
Because I feel like Lana Del Rey had a more consistent vintage Americana nostalgia aesthetic. Yeah. Okay, that was it. That was good.
Technically, I got 100%. Let us know in the comments how many you got right.
That was like 40% of your final class grade.
Don't even. Too soon.
Too soon. Okay. So now that we got the pregame out the way to set the tone, hopefully you're able to see it.
Wait.
If not, that's okay.
I'm going to do something to set the tone too. Hold on. Where can I put this?
Oh, we're getting really creative today.
Oh, well, that was disappointing. It's like the most quiet fizz ever. Okay, let's move on.
Okay. So, as you can see, today we're talking about topic. Today we're talking about...
When you forget to autofill the template, today we're talking about topic.
Proof that we're robots. Basically, the question all surrounds, is music getting worse? Shades for some shady takes today.
Be honest, did you notice that we were wearing sunglasses? Could you tell?
For no reason. There's no reason for this. Okay, do we want to talk first about our take before we hop into some of our topics?
Yes, I'll go first. I think it's really hard to say whether or not music is getting worse, at least without acknowledging, like, of course, there are certain periods of time that we are going to remember very positively and full of nostalgia, which inherently is going to make songs from that time feel like they're better or the best. Like for me, that really is the 2000, maybe 14 to 18. There's music from that time that I'm just like, this is it. This is peak. And is that actually objectively true? I don't know. I think we'll talk about this throughout the episode, but I really don't like how songs have gotten shorter and more attention grabby. That's not something that I really enjoy. But the flip side of that is I really do like how we have so much cross-cultural influence in music now. Yes, comes with a little bit of, hey, you have to be careful where you step, but I really love when artists dip their toes into genres that they're not normally part of. So, I don't know. It's a 6-7 type of situation.
You remember the cultural phenomenon JB brought about when he hopped on the Despacito remix?
And I love that song. Oh my god, I was so happy.
Yes. Yeah, I think similar note. It's hard to say 100%, like, is it getting worse? I think, one, the songs themselves have changed and adapted to expectations of today. Also, probably our ways of consuming music
Yeah.
changed with shorter attention spans, less likelihood of staying for the whole song. I feel like a lot of people skip to their favorite parts now or only know a very small snippet of a full length song. So, really sad to see that one, songs aren't what they used to be, and also how we can't enjoy songs how we used to. Two sides of the same coin. But do we want to also kind of reminiscence on albums, artists that kind of defined our childhood or our generation?
Yes.
Okay, I think Rihanna
Ooh.
is a like non-negotiable answer. I feel like her
Absolutely.
songs before she decided to go all entrepreneur, girl boss, businesswoman, and now we're all begging for her to release some new music. I don't think it's gonna happen, but like that was iconic. Unfortunately, Taylor Swift, but for two reasons. I really liked her in like middle school, but I also knew kids who thought it's cool to hate on her as a kid. That was a thing. Never understood that. Chose the wrong era to hate. Those were her best eras. And then Avril Lavigne.
Oh my god, yes. That rock and roll album. Oh my god, the start of my was that the start of your emo era?
That was, yeah, unfortunately.
Do you think it was priming you for your later emo era?
Yes. But I think those were the songs. Oh, not an artist, but one song I remember very distinctively from middle school is Royal by Lorde.
Oh. Yeah.
How about you?
I feel like okay, sort of on the same wave. Something that I was thinking about is I feel like people often don't have a specific DJ as their favorite artist, but those songs, especially in the 2010s, were sort of like the ones that everyone knew. Like everything that Zed has ever released basically is a song that everyone knows the words to. A lot of Martin Garrix, Calvin Harris are in that like range too. So those songs, I think for me Ariana Grande is an artist I've listened to literally since she dropped her first unofficial single and then deleted it from the iTunes store. So like that has defined my childhood a lot. But also boy band discourse, kind of similar to your Taylor Swift premature haters. The closeted directioner slash closeted believer truth, and then realizing that if you know all the words to the songs when they come on at karaoke Nick at Night, then you're probably a fan. That was a pretty quintessential experience for me.
Yes. Oh my god, how did I forget One Direction?
Yeah.
They were iconic.
It wasn't their disband 10 years ago?
That broke a lot of people's hearts.
I think I might have cried.
No.
Not like too sad though. Just like I can't believe they just dropped a banger and I didn't get to see them live and it's over.
A little teensy bit. And I think Halsey, Chainsmoker, Closer was a cultural reset of a song.
Yeah, that was a key moment in the timeline.
Okay. So we had a lot of iconic artists and songs that we couldn't cover, obviously, in just one sitting. So if your favorite song or what you deem iconic wasn't mentioned, we probably have it in the back of our heads.
Leave it
We
in the
just didn't
comments
post it.
below. Hashtag boost engagement. Support small businesses.
I'm crying.
Shop local.
Okay. But I think we should also talk about how the internet has fundamentally shaped music. Like, why are we getting, I can't speak today, like I literally just woke up, but why aren't we getting the same level of cultural impact from an artist or a song across all fandoms, online or in real life, as we've seen in the past as often anymore?
Ladies and gentlemen, drumroll please. It's the answer that we always say. Social media. Wow. No,
Yep.
kidding. It is obviously social media is a big part of it, and also streaming culture. Spotify changed the streaming scene, and now, especially now, actually, streaming is key. People aren't buying as much music anymore, so you need to get more streams. And what's a good way to get more streams? Make your songs super short. And what's a good way to make your songs viral for social media? Get something catchy and reusable in the hook or the chorus that people can lip sync to. It's crazy. I can't really say if it's good or bad, but I don't personally like it when you can really obviously tell that all of the effort that went into a song was dedicated to like the 8 count that people are going to do a little dance to. And then you listen to the rest of the lyrics and it's like, who wrote this?
Well, what are you talking about?
No, exactly.
ChatGPT. AI wrote it. Yeah. There are a couple characteristics to modern songs or songs that are clearly adapted for social media, specifically TikTok. I think the lack of intros is a huge one. I remember old songs having like those long 30-second piano, like soothing intros. But now we kind of just jump straight into the point. Sometimes I do appreciate it because, okay, I am guilty of this. Sometimes I do, like, like go to the meat of the song. But I couldn't tell if it's because of my behavioral change or the fact that I'm just used to songs that I listen to nowadays having just no intros.
That's true.
And honestly, I feel like it's a missed experience because there were some great intros.
Yeah. And then I think the song that came to mind first when you said that is Lemonade by aespa. It starts in the chorus, and then, yeah, it goes into the first verse, and they have, the full shebang of all the songs, of all the song parts. But it literally starts with the hook.
Yeah. Similarly, 2-minute songs. Oh my God. It's actually a little annoying when the songs you feel like have potential to do really good as a full song and you're now just robbed of a full-length experience, and instead hearing this 2-minute snippet of something that could have been blown longer.
Do you know what's
I
even
think those
worse?
are annoying.
Is when a demo leaks and the song is longer as a demo than as a final form. Bothers me to no end.
No, you know what's more diabolical? Sometimes 2 minutes isn't even that short. I've seen songs like 1 minute and 48 seconds.
Did you even try?
Just don't release.
Was the bill too high for the studio that day?
The electricity bill, you can't blame them. Gas prices are going up. Lyrics, I think you mentioned. Can't even say much. I don't even feel like I listen for lyrics anymore.
It's
like,
hard
whatever.
to. One of the reasons that Taylor Swift even got so big in the first place was the focus on lyrics, and now it doesn't feel like everyone's really hitting the right notes in that sense. Something that I'm quite passionate about, and I have to also shout out my boyfriend because he always talks about this, and if I don't credit him, he's gonna say I stole his point, but I think it too. Where are the pop songs with rap bridges? Specifically, I'm thinking of Down with the Lil Wayne rap bridge. Where did they go? Bring them back. There is something so fun about a pop song, and then a rapper comes in and does a little pop rap, and it's a summer anthem. Let's bring it back. Can we please? I'm begging.
You know, my iconic song rap duo is Eminem and Rihanna.
Yes, they are such a good example.
I couldn't remember which song, but Love the Way You Lie. I still listen to it. Oh my god, copyright.
I'll mute it.
Okay, hydration break. How is it? Do you like it?
Honestly, I do. You can really taste the tea.
I found it once in the store and it's pretty good.
It's great.
You know, maybe we get to this later, but speaking of lyrics are fillers, I'm definitely getting ahead of myself. K-pop songs now don't have a real chorus. It's just them chanting the same words or lines over and over again. No one sings in the chorus anymore.
I think that's a temporary trend, though. I have a feeling we'll come back around to it, but my take on this, especially for this year, is that everyone is sort of in their gnarly / Blackpink jump wave because house music is really big right now in K-pop. House music / EDM / hyperpop. I think we're going to see it come back around. I hope it's sooner rather than later because I do miss vocals. But yeah, we can touch back on K-pop later.
Yes, later.
All of these things are things that, as we've mentioned, make music easier to find or remember when you see it when you're scrolling. Because if we're both being honest, one of the biggest ways that you learn about new music nowadays is probably through TikTok and Instagram. Not through YouTube random music video binges that you probably used to go on. Not through just browsing Spotify or Apple Music. Not Spotify if you're us, though. It's TikTok. It's people doing dances or people going viral with edits or lip syncing trends or transitions.
Discussion question. What songs have we personally discovered through TikTok? I have two. One funny example, one like legit example.
Okay, shoot.
Funny example is Coco no Wada. It's a real song.
Wow.
And a song or two that I discovered that I later found out is from an artist I actually listened to is Anxiety by Doechii. That's where I first heard it.
Me too.
Unfortunately, and it took me a while to like register that that's Doechii because I was like, okay, background music, and then suddenly I'm like, wait, it sounds familiar. Could it be? And that's how I went on like my phone and Googled whether or not it was her.
I think I had the same experience with that one specifically.
And then, so I'm someone who, if I'm not like the biggest fan, I only listen to the title track and never really the B-sides. So a couple of Sabrina Carpenter's B-sides on her Short and Sweet album, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I hear a lot of people like clip parts of it. I think like Juno maybe was a really big one.
Yeah.
And then I heard like a segment of it and I was like, oh, this sounds like Sabrina Carpenter, and that's how I went back to listen to the full song.
Yeah. I think for me, when I first got into Megan Thee Stallion, it was through TikTok. Because she had a ton of songs going viral, like in the 2020 era of TikTok. So that's when I was like, oh, I actually really like this beat. Got into Megan Thee Stallion that way. There was one more I was thinking of. Oh, I've listened to Tinashe on and off for a long time. But I feel like she had a song that went viral maybe last year. Oh, that one. Oh, I have to mute that again.
Nasty.
Yeah, that one is one that I found through TikTok. And I was like, oh, this song is actually really good.
Yeah, Tinashe occasionally just comes out and feeds the whole K-pop industry. So
yeah, she does.
Queen behavior. Okay, so end of discussion question, but related to your previous point, the importance of having social presence now for artists can be a requirement, not just a nice to have. Pink Pantheress once famously said, you need a niche, you need an image, and that's all.
Where's your British accent?
Oh my god, I can't do it.
I'm
not gonna embarrass myself this morning. A British. But basically, she was saying like she's seen a lot of great artists with amazing music. All they need is to rebrand or build their brand. And I couldn't help but think of all the major rebrands or brands in music that took the internet by storm, hence my pregame
Yeah.
inspo. And I know you put in quite a bit of examples if you want to kick off that list.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is some of our examples overlap, which I think just goes to show like this is so. Oh my god, I'm going to use the word ubiquitous again. I used it last podcast. Sorry, it'll go out
It's
of my
okay.
vocab soon. Zara Larson, huge rebrand. Even though in interviews she has said she never rebranded, this has always been her. I think the branding just got stronger once it got associated with that dolphin. Sabrina Carpenter is a huge one. I feel like with espresso, she kind of solidified her whole sort of, is it like 1960s feminine, like cute little Betty Boop, like kind of girly pop. Charlie XCX is, you can talk about that one if you want. That one's huge. Tate McRae, I think I've mentioned that one before. Addison Rae, huge shift from what she was doing on TikTok to what she's doing now. Cat's Eye kind of had a rebrand in a way. And aforementioned Tinashe, I think she's heading down the rebrand or the niche image route. I'm waiting patiently to see what comes out of it.
Are you referring to her latest release of Too Easy?
Maybe.
Or just...
I feel like she's headed in a direction where I actually have no idea.
Maybe she's strengthening her brand.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Zara.
yeah.
Yeah, I do feel like I am hearing more and more of her. But maybe she's always been around. It's just her branding got finally picked up by the algorithm, and now she's
getting what she deserves.
Yeah. But Charlie, that needs to be a case study. Brad Summer, how did she even do it? That was wild. And if you really listen to the music, I don't think there was that big of a difference. She's still in the same genre. It's just now that it feels very internet friendly.
Yeah, and it's also very complete. Like, not in the sense that it's like, oh, 100%. It's like, it's the look, it's the sound, it's the performance. Everything is very cohesive across all areas. It's not just that she's doing this type of pop music. It's that she's doing all of these things, and all of these things together at the same time are Charlie XCX Brat.
Mm-hmm. The color, literally the font
Yep.
of her album cover signatures who she is, whereas before it's really the music.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking of her album Crash. Like, sounds great. A lot of people loved it. But it's missing those marketing elements, those viral elements that people could like replicate and easily like point out when they see it.
Yeah. I think also you might have sat in on this session too at work on personal branding. This applies not just to musicians, but to everyone everywhere. It applies to you if you're applying to a 9-to-5 and you have to have a coherent story about who you are and what your strengths are. One thing I will say, and I noted it down in the outline, is the Madison Beer example as an outlier to the whole rebrand thing. She's talked about this in multiple interviews, I'm pretty sure, at this point, about how everyone keeps saying Madison Beer needs a rebrand, Madison Beer needs a rebrand. And she says, I don't want a rebrand. Like, she doesn't want to change her image to try to go viral. And if you listen to Madison Beer's music, and if you have been listening for a while, she sort of had her Sonic rebrand already a while ago. She's very consistent in the types of outfits she wears, the type of messaging in her music, the music video aesthetics. Like, she knows exactly who she is and what type of music she wants to make. I love her music. Once, in 2014, she replied to my tweet, and I FaceTimed my friend to tell her and scream about it. Anyways, I think you don't need a rebrand. Sort of like Hebe said earlier, you don't necessarily need a rebrand. Sometimes you just need to settle into who you are or what your niche personality image is. And I think Madison Beer is a good example of someone who's not going to change, but is still finding success, even if it's not Sabrina Carpenter espresso level of mainstream.
Yeah, sometimes it's all about doubling down on who you are and think of ways to kind of express it in different font, same message.
Yes.
I think Olivia Rodrigo is in the process of doubling down. Like, I still feel like her newest album is in the same vein as Sours and Guts, but told from like a very different perspective, different branding. Like she now owns a font, the swirly one, swirly cursive, and I feel like this album is gonna take her career to the next stage of success.
And she's really good at staying consistent while growing, which sounds like it should be an oxymoron, but you can literally see how her emotional response to certain things is progressing or how she's experiencing life differently. But you can still tell this is obviously Olivia Rodrigo. So she's really good at what she does too.
So we talked about artists who gain success through rebrands or amazing music marketing. What about the nepotisms or the nepo babies and the industry plants?
This is such a good question. First of all, I don't even know like one example of an industry plant because I feel like people will call anyone an industry plant if they didn't know who they were before this person's like big breakthrough. Like after Espresso, people were like Sabrina Carpenter is an industry plant. That woman has been making music for 10 years. But I think nepotism definitely rampant. On the one hand, can you blame them? I think a lot of people look up to their parents or their family members that are like, oh, I want to do that too. Like, for example, if a person goes into medicine because their parents were doctors, yes, they're a nepo. But you're never like, wow, I can't believe you. Like, you're ripping off all of us. So I can't blame them for being like inspired. My problem, and I'll stop talking after I say this so that you can finally have the floor. My problem is when they nepo their way in and don't prove themselves. I think nepoing your way into like opening the door is fine, but once you walk through, you need to be ready to work harder. Doesn't matter if you actually ever will because people probably treat you differently, but you need to be ready to do it.
It's unavoidable. I mean, if your family has those connections and it happens to be something you want to do, I'd take it.
Yeah.
Like as you said, can you blame them? It'll be awkward if you do get the opportunity and you flop.
Absolutely.
You need to go in with a mindset of a nurse on a 12-hour shift. Mm-hmm. You need to be working day and night and then let the results speak for themselves. Like, you need to go in as a nepo baby with industry plant level of success each time. That's the standard. I think Billie Eilish, people are starting to latch on that she is a nepo baby, but like she's extremely talented. All of her albums and musics are hits. Like, one of a kind, you can't replicate that. So I think she's a really successful example. So I think people got past this nepo baby label for her fairly quickly. Someone that I see is still struggling with this is Gracie Abrams.
Yeah.
Yeah, we mentioned her before on this podcast in a very weird, different capacity, but
that was funny.
She's definitely someone still struggling with it because the internet is not taking it really well. Her music's not for everyone, that's why, but she's gonna have to shake off the label if she wants by proving herself through some other music.
One thing that's really important for me is you have to own it. I hate the videos of the nepo babies who are like, I'm not a nepo baby. Girl, you are. By definition. Chill. You will learn in life that everything is about networking and asking people for opportunities. Just own it. Own it and be ready to put in the work. Don't be like, I'm not a nepo baby because I did the work. No, girl, you're a nepo baby who's like a good nepo baby. Like, thank you for doing the work. I think Hailey Bieber is someone who really has grown to own it. She did a podcast recently, not ours, but hey, we're open if you're interested, Miss Bieber. Where she was like, yeah, I'm a nepo baby. And she's like, I'm like, she is, but she's over the past however many years, she's worked very hard to establish her own thing as herself. And yeah, it's very nice to get a head start and have financial backing or all the connections that you could ask for in Hollywood. But she's still doing the work and trying to build something that's separate from, is it her father?
I think so.
So I think she's someone who's like self-aware, and I appreciate that.
But just to say, I feel like some people with industry plant accusations, like probably more serious ones, Ice Spice.
Ooh.
She had that one song that went viral, and I don't know if she got signed before or after that song, but she literally popped out of the blue.
Yeah.
A tangent on K-pop. Of course, we have to mention it as former or current K-pop listener, K-pop fan.
Yeah.
Sure. Do you want to go for it?
Oh my god, okay, I know I said a 90-second lecture in the outline, but I'm going to cut it to like 30. K-pop is so intrinsically linked with South Korean economic development post, I think, I want to say like 1970s, but more especially like post 1997 economic crisis in Asia. We're not going to go into that. If you guys want a podcast episode where I just yap about the history of K-pop, let me know. No one's going to comment because they don't care. K-pop, the formula that has now become so synonymous with the Korean music industry, it's a product of the fact that the government wanted to push more cultural exports. And for several years now, Western, and by Western I mean non-East Asian, perhaps non-Asian in general, artists have started to adopt parts of that formula with their album promotions and photo cards and singles and the types of merch that they have. That's where I'll leave it.
Yeah, it's really interesting to look at K-pop. The biggest characteristics to demonstrate that it is more of a product for consumption is the one-off trends that make its way into K-pop music depending on where the global market is going.
Yes.
Latin pop, currently house. I'm trying to think if there's any major ones. I think Afrobeat, Tyla paved the way. And then, of course, you can see like hints of Tinashe everywhere. Cordis is adopting music from Travis Scott. That's Astroworld. I hear it. But yeah, it's highly commercialized. Highly. With no or very little like creative freedom on the artists themselves. Your company takes care of you. You just deliver the message.
Yeah. And that overconsumption topic opens maybe the impetus for today's episode, which is, if you guys have somehow not noticed, every musician, when they release a song, a new single, they'll release the single, and then they'll wait a little bit. And they'll be like, actually, sorry if you bought that one already. Here's another one. But this time it has the sped up version and also the slow version. Then they wait a little bit. They're like, man, did you buy that already? Don't you want to buy the acapella and the instrumental and the 4 times speed and also the practice live version and the orchestral string arrangement and the, like, stop. First of all, what are you doing? Like, I know what you're doing, but what are you doing? Second, if you really, like, if it wasn't about money, you just put it up for free. Because the original song is already out. These are just skins. It's like you're customizing a video game character, except you don't really get anything different because anyone can 2 times speed a song or slow a song down.
Exactly. You forgot the slowed plus reverb.
Ah, of course. The most important one.
Yes. Oh, Taylor Swift. Oh, who said that?
Was that? I didn't.
Not me.
That wasn't me.
Oh. Weird.
I didn't hear anything, so.
Agreed. No, we said Taylor Swift because I can't get over the allegations against her that whenever like another artist, especially someone who is sort of encroaching on her lane, her like niche, aka like Sabrina Carpenter, all the female white artists, she decides to drop like a version of an existing song in the same timeline to beat them on the charts. Do I think she does it? Probably not, but I think it's kind of funny.
One thing about Taylor Swift that bothers me, and I think the reason that it's easy to bring her up, is because at this point in her career, with the amount of money she has and the amount of accolades she has collected, she really doesn't need to monetize a million versions of her songs and the albums and the merch, which, by the way, not just Taylor Swift, musician merch, most of the time, fucking ugly. And I'm gonna bleep that. Hire a graphic designer, please. There are hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of them on social media who make such beautiful art.
And I know you wrote the streaming parties.
Oh my god, this
Personally,
is just
never
like...
been to one.
Have you, were you online when Justin Bieber released Yummy and he was posting all those things on Instagram, basically begging people to stream the song? I think this is sort of K-pop culture, and I could totally be wrong, but the first time I saw streaming parties as like K-pop, because fans will organize efforts to stream, now a lot of artists do that through their official fandom accounts. They'll like make sure that you know when the song is getting released in your time zone. They'll designate certain hours and they'll be like either like hop on this live stream or everyone like stream together here or go physically here to listen to the album. I don't know. It's in a way it's a little bit sad that music has pivoted so hard into how much can we monetize. And I know it's the nature of the economy and social media in this day and age, but like, yeah, it's never been perfect, but the nostalgic part of me really wants to just believe that we can aim for better and for songs that
my
are like
God.
3.5 minutes long.
While you said that, that just reminded me. Do you think the origin of Taylor Swift's streaming obsession, like her adamantly about getting streams, stemmed from BTS? Because I remember she held the highest number of streams on YouTube for the first 24 hours for what is that? Her revenge song against.
Look What You Made Me Do.
Yes, and Fake Love, I think, was what beat it. Bleep it out. So maybe she got scarred by that experience, or her fandom got scarred by this experience and now adopted the same model, and then other artists, because she's a trendsetter, saw that Taylor Swift's doing all this, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do it too. Oh my God, BTS, you are the villain of the story.
Yeah, I was gonna say, unfortunately, guys, this is a message to all artists out there, except BTS. You cannot outdo the doer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The BTS army is going to
outdo.
outstream you. Just find something else to focus on. I don't know, crochet. Like, you know, it's okay.
Period. Yes. Wow, that was a lengthy episode.
I love this episode.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my girl Ray and Rosalia on their newest, most recent album, because I think those two albums broke out of the conventional feel, look, and sound of an album made for social media. Like
art.
Those are art, works of art.
Yeah.
Literally. Love you, Ray.
Hey, if you're ever interested in the podcast, like we do have like spots open, just like contact our team. We can work details out.
AKA us.
No, we have a full team, allegedly.
Yeah, our manager's called Bob. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
his email is the same as both of our emails, but it's Bob managing that. Okay?
We share. Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
to kind of circle back. Wait, sorry. To the opening question, is music getting worse?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
ChatGPT.
Yes, in the
answer.
sense. Oh, why are you cursing so much today?
Oh, wait, maybe it's because I'm tired. I'll bleep my. I'll cut that out. I'll cut that out.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I dropped the media training. Yes, it's getting worse. It's
Cancel
From
her.
my-
Cancel her.
cancel me. From my point of reference, I definitely still lean on the early, I would say even pre 2020 is my cutoff. I think before 2020, COVID, music was great. The experience was there. There's no 1 minute and 56-second songs. Albums are albums, not repeatable catchphrases.
Yep.
So yeah, I think music is sort of getting worse, but it could also just be because the music industry is adapting to our consumption habits of media. So blame is also on me.
Reverse causality. Shout out to one of my classes that I took last month. I think what you're saying is so true, and of course there are exceptions. Please don't listen to us saying that and then assume that we are saying every song that has been released in the past 6.5 years is a bad song. Not at all the case. There are exceptions. Midnight Sun is a phenomenal song. There are many other phenomenal songs. But I do agree with Hebe. I think 2020 is the year that changed our social media / device consumption habits. And the music industry has not been the same since. I feel like that's fair to say.
Oh, yes, for sure. But what a fun topic to talk about today. Something that we're passionate about, but also how can you not? Music is everywhere.
Yeah.
We're listening from age of 0 to however old we are right now. Well, we talked about some of our favorite past albums and artists that we feel shaped who we are as a generation, but also how the internet slowly warped and shaped music into what it is today, as well as just the rise in prominence of who you are as an artist and your brand, and how that launches you for further success, in addition to just how great your music is. We went on a very short tangent on K-pop, as we always do, as well as the overconsumption problem, unfortunately, to music as well. So that was a pretty cohesive episode. We might revisit if we think of other things to touch on, but yeah, I really liked what we did today. And we're also a little rusty because we haven't recorded in a very, very long time.
Yeah, as we mentioned, it's also, we have a 13-hour time difference right now. So I am at the end of a long day, and Hebe is just starting her Sunday morning, literally pre 8 a.m. But thank you guys for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We had fun with filming this one, even though, like we said, we're a little rusty. We had fun, as you can see with our sunglasses. We were feeling a little silly goofy. Follow us on our social media accounts if you want to get content outside the episodes. Otherwise, make sure to just subscribe here on YouTube and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. We are getting better and better with that. And in the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your week/2 weeks. We've been your hosts. I'm Valentina.
And I'm Hebe.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.